Hey guys, welcome back to another round of Cyborg Gaming. Today I'm here in the City of the Sky, one of the last areas of Twilight Princess. And so you can see this shop right here in front of us. In case you need bombs, in case you need arrows, highly recommend, or potions, things like that, just go stop right in the shop before continuing. And you can see here I am getting pushed around a good amount, so you can always just activate these iron boots to cut that down. And in case you were wondering, there are a couple chests down here. They should just have rupees. After grabbing these, I'll get started on the temple. So, nothing much, but, you know, you paid 300 rupees to get up here. In case you wanted to get some of that back, you can do so right there. So there's another one on the other side. So let's get moving, and this will be kind of your introduction to like all the wind and all the craziness that is gonna come. There we go. And you should be able to push back up against the wind pretty easily. It's nothing too crazy. Just roll right through this. But just be something to be aware of. It can get a little annoying. So you can see here, City in the Sky, we got the gun, get back down and things like that. But we're just gonna go straight through and finish this up. Alright, let's skip through that. We have a pretty good visual here of what we're doing. So you can see the birds here. Let's use you as like a cuckoo. And let's take off the iron boots. Dang it. There is a good amount of switching items here. We're also going to be needing to use the spinner here. Once we get in the temple. Like, this is not exactly really the temple, this is just the intro room. So, and I'm just gonna grab you that way. And let's run. So, I don't really need to take him out. And let's go this way. So right off the bat, I'm going to just try to go grab the key. You can see there is a big one of these guys. And I might as well just take them out. They're pretty easy health-wise. Like, they don't really do much damage or, you know, take too many hits. And let me just go right through here. And we're going to see kind of the way we want to go. I believe this is where we're ending up. So you can see here, we can basically hookshot here, and then hookshot to the next one, but we obviously cannot do that just yet. We can hookshot up top. Right now, we need to adjust our claw shot by obviously getting the next item within the level. So let's go back into the main room, and you'll notice that there's kind of two doors off, one each side, but one of them has like a broken window. Let's go see. Take a look at this. So you can claw shot up there, but we don't have an exit there. We have an exit, I think it's right there. So just be careful with what you're standing on. Obviously you can fall through the map pretty easily. So let's get up here and let's get off to the side. And this is where we're going to need to pull out our spinner here. Perfect. And either way, let's just do it this way. And a lot of spinning to activate this bridge. So just keep tapping until it's done. And sadly, this bridge is not going to last us for too long. Let's see, can we? Yep, we can. Just claw shot right across. Now let's get up as close as we can towards the top. And same thing, be careful, there is wind. So I am going to just roll and roll until we get our first key over here. So this one's nothing too crazy. It's pretty much just the chest with the mini key in it. There's really nothing else for us to do in here. So let's come all the way over here. And if you look straight up, and then you can just drop right in. So this is our first mini key. And now we're just going to head back to the other side of the temple. And there we go. So we're just going to sprint right across. And we will get a little bit of a cutscene on the dragon here, as this bridge is going to get destroyed. So let's get all the way back. And, okay, I guess we got to watch this. Okay. Oh. So dragon comes right through and no longer have a bridge. But again, let me look up and show you guys something. Obviously, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but for a 20-year-old game, it is what it is. To get back to the other side, we can hookshot across these, and you can see they go quite high. But again, we need to make an adjustment to our claw shot to get that done. So we are just going to basically sprint to the other side, pull out the spinner, and same thing. And now, but the other door on the other side had a lock, so we weren't able to get in without the mini key. So that is why we started there. Just roll right to the side, and you should be good. And on this one, you don't have to go to either side. You can just go right down the middle and take this door. And you should see an enemy off to your right, and then an area we can put in the spinner. So same thing, we'll just activate the bridge and run right across. There we go. Yep. Alright, awesome. And you can see there's a door also right below, but one thing at a time. So activate, activate, keep hitting that spinner, and now we got the bridge. So now the temple is kind of starting. We got our first key. We're going to be in a pretty big room. So let's keep this moving. Okay, so coming in this room, you can see an enemy off to the left and a giant fan pushing some air out. So let's come over here. We're gonna need the claw shot. Let's get you out of the way. And you should see a switch right there. And I think we need to use the claw shot here instead of arrows, because the arrows will get pushed back by the giant fan. Whoop. There we go. 5 rupees. Thank you for telling me again. And let's go over here, and we're gonna go towards the end of the room. So just in case, let me put on the iron boots. You could I think you could just run through this if you want, but extra precaution I like to take. There we go. Now I'm gonna take these ones off, as I'm not able to run through that next area due to the fan. Alright, let's go push that down. Let's go over here, and we should have the map in here. So there's some of the birds off to the left. Yep. But I just want this map, and maybe I'll grab some rupees out of those pots, and then we can go on to the next room. So nothing special really in that previous room. You should be, other than that switch that is kind of hard to find, it should be pretty straightforward. And then on this next room, I hate that we even have to pull it out, but we do need the boomerang. We haven't used this since like the first couple levels, but we got some of those tile worms in this next area, and it's better to just take them out using the boomerang. Go. Okay. So you also have the bats flying around, so if you want to take those out, recommend doing so. But you can see here there is a lot of flowing wind, but it does stop. And then there's another set of, like, I think it's just 10 rupees down there, so I'll probably just ignore that for now. But here is one of those tile worms that I was talking about, if you do not remember them from the first temple. So now that he's out of my way, I can go right through. Huh, I swear I heard something. And just line this one up. Take that guy out. And like I mentioned, that's just, I think, 10 rupees. So for me, not quite worth the time. Take him out. And you can make that jump. And so on this next room, we're just going to have to take out two of, like, the lizard warriors that they have here. And then hookshot our way up top to activate the wind. So in this one, we actually do want the wind. Nice. Perfect. That opens up for us. And so you're going to want a claw shot into that kind of ball that's hanging down at the top there. So where exactly is that? There we go. So hookshot your way up top here. Do one more claw shot on top of that, like, hanging ball. Kind of like a little disco ball. Pull down. And now we have the wind activated. So let's grab you. Let's wait for that to go. And it's going to give us one more push up for us to make it into the next room. So same thing, like this area, not too difficult. You should be able to work your way through this. Alright, so let's check out what room we're in. This should be the... Yep, okay. Perfect. So actually, if you look straight above here, this won't do much for you, but you can get like 10, 20 rupees from that chest. And then on the complete other side, you can get about 50 rupees from the chest on the far end of this room. And for myself, I am just going to skip that. Let's see if I can... Yes, I clipped enough of that air where I can come straight over here. And let's claw shot this down. So now the pots are flying. And we are good to go enter that room. So just fly right over here. Catch that. Let's exit. Oh no. Can you go back? Alright, let's go this way. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, so make sure you're facing the right way. Ah, that's annoying. Alright, come on back, Mr. Birdie. Let's go this way, and let's see if this is gonna... We're just gonna sit here and wait. And just let it fly straight up. And this... Let's go check out this room. So if I am correct, this is one where we just need to be straight dropping down the entire way. Yep, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So this is the run to the mini-boss, and where we'll get our double claw shot. We just need to get down there. So, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's grab our birdie. And let's just jump right over here. So you can try some shortcuts and do a different path than what I am doing. I would just recommend being careful, as there is a lot of air pushing each and every way. Okay, so you can see there. Do I want to... No, I do not want to do that just yet. And the reason is we will have a hard time getting back down here. We'd have to drop, you know, we just have to drop. So let's go this way, and hopefully we don't hit any of that airstream, and we can just drop right down. There we go. Alright, perfect. And then now we can just go straight down here and enter the boss fight. I believe it is immediately in here. So for this guy, it's another one of the kind of lizard warriors. He has a pretty strong shield, so we'll just need to hookshot the shield to bring him into our range, and then just... Oh, okay. No. We got... Technically, we got to do this. Where are my iron boots? There are my iron boots. So let that stop, and now I can drop right in. Let's see if this is the boss fight. So there isn't... Yeah, this is it. Alright, not much of a difference, but that's how you're going to enter this room. So let's pull off this iron boots, because he's quite agile. He can fly around like crazy, but he doesn't stand a chance against me. So that's the shield I'm talking about. You see how it has kind of the claw shot target on it. And that's pretty much all we're going to do is just claw shot him, bring him into us, and then take him out. So let's get this off. We don't really need that anymore. Actually, we'll like that there, and this there. There we go. So for me, I am just going to keep firing on him. Even if I miss with the claw shot, I do not care. I'm just trying to draw him to do that shield attack and blocker so that I can then draw him in. Nothing crazy so far, right? So probably a couple more of this, and we should be good. Whoop. And you can just keep checking which area he's coming from, but it really he gives you plenty of time for you to set up your attack and for you to be able to hook shot and claw him in there. Perfect. Okay, so now we have another door that's going to open up for us. And that is going to have the double claw shot. Really, I guess technically you're just receiving another claw shot, which then turns your single into a double. Okay, so let's go up here. Claw shot right there. And pick this up. So now we have one for our left hand and our right hand. And you can see it actually takes away your claw shot right when you have it equipped. So here we go. And so if you want, you can shoot these pots with the claw shot and then grab yourself some extra rupees. For myself, I am just going to try to get out of here. Let's see. Is this a good angle? Perfect. Okay. And now, like, all those places that were inaccessible to us at the beginning of the temple, like getting across the bridges and things like that, we can now do with the double claw shot, as we can basically go from spot to spot and, you know, kind of hang in the air for a little extra time. So, like what I mentioned, there is a ball up here that's hanging down, and then you can claw shot to your safeguard so you don't have to fall all the way down. So you can see here that the door there is locked. Let's get started on this next area. Okay, so let's go this way. And we're going to start heading back towards the main area. and over to where we grabbed our first small key. So pretty simple, you know, just working your way up, nothing too crazy there. So let's start looking for the ball. Where is that? Right there. Okay. So let's hook shot here. Perfect. So now we just want to drop pretty much right in there. So let's do turn around, and they got some claw shot targets for us, and we can just drop right in. So let's get out of here. And this is where it starts to, you know, you got to aim a little fast. So you can see here there's some pipes here. And these targets and these pipes are going to start going down. So let's go take a look at that. So you should see them sliding down. You can see that's, you know, that one already fell. That one's falling. That's kind of the concept of it. They give you plenty of time. But if you're just sitting there waiting and looking around, you're going to miss your next target and you're eventually going to fall. So just be aware of that, as that's going to be coming up here soon enough as well. I think we're back into the main room now. Where are we? Oh, okay. Yep. Not quite. I always forget about this part. So here, we just want to hit them like that. And we are basically underneath the bridge. And we're just going to keep hookshotting our way across. So I do not want to hookshot the actual target just yet. I want to hit the enemy, or else he is going to clamp down on me. And I am going to fall and have to restart. No. Go up. Go up. Okay, so you should recognize this. And you should recognize this. So the next area where the small key was, there is a lot of claw shot action. And at certain times you'll be a little bit confused on where we're actually going. So, oop, no. There we go. But just recognize that you want to move forward in this next area, not backwards, and eventually you'll figure out where to go. Also, just, you know, I would check out this walkthrough. But basically, now that we have the claw shots, we can do what we have been doing, which is going from one platform to the next. And so that's going to give us separate access to areas in this room that we didn't have prior. So, on top of the fact we can actually make it back over there. Nope. There we go. And drop right in. And we are good. So I'm going to be going off to the right. The mini key was off to the left. So you should be able to see right here. And even this part, you don't really even need the claw shot. You could just walk right in or roll right down there. And I'm just going to tap L every time. And then we can let go there. And let's get a little closer. And let's work this way. And there is a little chest here for us. I don't believe it's a key, but I thought I'd grab it anyways. So let's open that up. Got some arrows. And let's just go right across here. Look to our left. And come through here. So from here, probably just roll right through. And let's aim towards the top there. And you can see there is a hook shot area right there. and an enemy right there. What we actually want is to just drop right down. So here, we need to take out these guys again. No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, I'll cut us right back to that spot. That is just obnoxious. I pressed A as soon as I dropped and got hit. Okay, so for these guys, let's actually just pull out the boomerang. Perfect. So hopefully that little jelly dude doesn't roll right back on me, because he hasn't dropped this time. But here, we can now go all the way down. And you can see this switch right there. So that's going to open up the door behind us. And we're almost out of this area. So we are going to go into basically like against the giant like piranha plant dudes. And just in case, let's go here. And there we go. And then we have one more on the ceiling. And now we can drop right in. And we've made it through all of that. So, a bit of an annoyance. I think this is just bombs. I am good for this next area. So let's go through here. The chest is not needed. I just know that. It's not a mini key or anything like that. So you should be good. Alright, so you can see the giant piranha right in front of us. We've already faced one of these before. So aim for the face. That's where you're going to do your damage. The tail, or the, you know, I don't know what the heck that is. Stem basically is not going to do anything. Nice. That was a little bit faster than I was expecting. So place the bomb in. Watch it get destroyed. And now we can work our way up. So you can see we have a long journey to go. So let's see where we want to go first. Let's try that. Ooh. Perfect. No, 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 no. There we go. So let's get on top of this. And there is a heart piece in here for us to grab as well. So, come right over here. Swipe at him. And let's grab this little chest. Perfect, 10 rupees. You can see I'm kind of... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That is crazy. Okay. Well, luckily it's not a long way back up. So that means you're respawning too. I'm very surprised I did not make that jump. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Just like Linkin Park said. Let's go over to this side now. Let's drop down. And let's continue moving on within our, you know. Let's actually... I do not want to be getting hit by these things and having to drop. Okay, whatever. So he's down. I can move forward a little bit now. I'm kind of just inching my way forward. Alright, we should be good. Oh, I almost did it again. That's annoying. Alright, can I get back up, please? Alright, let me just exit the room really quick. Okay. So I made it back up top actually pretty easily. And hit the bat within like a shot or two, which was nice. Alright, so let's... Oh, okay. Can you get up, please? Nope. Alright, let's just go this way. And you can... Okay, I don't hear any enemies. You can see that there's... Oh! No, 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 no. Alright, let's see. Can I get over in time? Please just hurry up. Okay. Perfect. So let's now look up after we got our heart piece. Took long enough. Alright, let's get back over here. And let's scoot back over. Now that we have the bats down, we don't really have too much to worry about for this room. And then for the next area, it's just the same thing. A lot of claw shots. And just trying to figure out which is the best place to hit to move on. So let's give ourselves a better angle there. Perfect. And there we go. So at least at this point we are nice and secure. And that is obviously where we want to go, is just drop down right in the middle. So we don't really even have to take on this guy. Let's just skip him. Oh, okay. You want to come at me? You should have just left me alone. And let's do the finishing move, which I have been missing consistently lately. Should be an automatic kill. Alright, either way, we're making pretty good I do that a lot too. Pretty good progress at this point. We're getting towards the end of the level. So, let's look up. Where are you? There we go. So don't let this guy get in your way. Take him out. So that is the interesting part of this area, is that where we're going to be shooting to moves consistently. And you can see here, we need to drop down or else we are going to get hit. But overall, this one ain't too bad. You just need to consistently be looking around and making sure you're at the right level for yourself to drop. So, at this point, hopefully we make this through. Yeah, we should be good. And then we should have another door. I think it's off to our right. Yep. So, let's go up a little bit. Let us get dropped off. And let's go get our next heart piece. So you saw a chest off in the section right behind me. That is not accessible from this area or this room. We need to go all the way around before going to this next door. So just gonna keep targeting. Of course. Alright, let me get back over there. Alright, let's go over here. Now I got the targeting correct. And they are not fast enough to keep up with me. So now we can just drop right down. Ooh, he is right there. I did not expect that. Okay. But either way, right now we just need to grab the chest and we can just turn right back around. So, right here off to our left, we have our second heart piece, and now we've collected all the hearts in the temple. So let's get out of here. And so now we just want to go straight forward where the birds were attacking me. We should be easily able to just claw back our way over there and drop right in. Go. And then face right there. And drop. So as far as I remember, this is pretty much the last area, the kind of last difficult area in this temple before we get off to the boss fight. So this is where, after years and years, I still remember how long it took me to finish this last kind of area. Alright, let's just take out this guy first. And here we're also going to need to turn into the wolf to do some tight roping. Man, how are you not dead yet? There we go. So I got 7 arrows. Let's see where I want to use these. So let's take you out. Ah, he's too quick. But you can see above me all the tight ropes and stuff. Might as well just show you where we're going right here. So what we gotta do is deactivate this wind. So then we can hook shot in, drop right down. So let's get out of here. And there should be a Poe out here as well for us. Alright, perfect. So these guys are definitely going to be annoying enough for why I will want to take them out, and I highly recommend you do the same. Because when you're tight roping, you do not have a chance to really attack these guys. So if you are going to just leave them, you might get hit down. And I mean, I tend to leave enemies around, but for sure, I do not want to get hit right now, as we're pretty much exiting the main area and going to take on the boss soon. So let's go over here. Let's just check this out really quick. Let's go over here. So at this point, I just want the big key and stop that wind, collect the Poe, and then get over to the last area of this level. So do some tight roping. You can see the Poe a little bit off to my right. Now kind of more straight in front of me. Alright, there we go. But let's go get this big key. It looks like we're going to have to go the other way to collect the Poe. Not a big deal. It doesn't matter which order you take it in. But this is actually technically the more important thing. So you can see these big guys. But to skip over them for right now, and to deactivate, screw down. And let's put on our boots. We are now good to go. So if you do not want to get the Poe, you can just go straight down there. And then you will be basically working towards the boss at that point. Just as I think I'm going to probably, grab all the Poes in the game. I don't really want to have to start over. So let's go find that first tightrope. As I don't think I can really hook shot my way over, and I don't think I have access over here. So let's go this way. Back up top here. And then we should be able to use the vines to get over to the Poe. Oh, please tell me I don't have to take you guys out again, do I? That's annoying. So since I'm going this way, I'm just going to take out this one over here. Let's see, can I just hook shot my way over? No, not yet. Okay. So turn into a wolf, tightrope, and then work your way off to the right. And then now we got the vines. I mean, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, come on. Let's see if I can get a better angle here. I only got one arrow after this. Well, now I got none. But I am able to come over here and drop right down. Ooh, good thing I hit that. So let's open this up. Let's see what we got here. At this point, I could probably use some arrows over anything. But now we can transform into a wolf, and it'll just take us another minute to get over to the Poe. Come on, come on. Let's open this up. Ah, nice. So transfer back. And a couple of hits usually does it. And I just recommend just don't fall off and then do that finishing move. And we are good to go. So let's go exit down below. And this is something I got caught on forever when I first played this game. So when you hook shot down, you're going to see a ball. Make sure you hook shot and claw shot that ball. Oh, did I just hit it dead in the middle? No, I am good. So go down pretty far. I honestly could not see this for the life of me when I first played. So I went through this so many times trying to figure out how to activate that fan. And I don't know how long it took me, but it seemed like it was probably a couple weeks of playing here and there. Pretty embarrassing, honestly. But eventually I found it. And especially at this point in the game, you don't want to get stuck on someone thinking you messed up. Like, especially with the water temple when I was younger, I thought you could actually, you know, you could run out of keys. Essentially, you could use the keys in the wrong area. And so I reset my game when I was younger for Ocarina of Time. No, no, no. Ah, okay. Well, let me go get some arrows and let's start this, actually. I don't really want to go trying to fend myself off against all of these guys without arrows. So I'm going to go back to the mart and then we'll start here. So I went and purchased about, 30 arrows from the market. Took out most of these. I think I have one left still sitting. You can see I wasted arrows, but that's because I actually did a really stupid move and got myself killed. So I had to go through this again. So if you do die here, be ready. The birds or the lizard birds will spawn back. But we are making progress this time, at least, which is nice. So keep looking forward, keep letting this spin. And then once you get about here, you're good to drop. So if you need to, you can always hook shot above us and then drop in that way, but you should be good. Once you get to the platform, you should be able to just drop pretty easily. Alright, so let's take a look at here. We have another giant room where we're just going to need to claw shot around. We need to hit the switch and all that good stuff. So one thing I will say though is we do have the big key already, so that is good. Come on, dude. You're just gonna keep avoiding me? Oh, I missed it. So they're gonna kind of just fight back and forth, and we're gonna have to know which one to hit. Hopefully I got him on the first try. Perfect. So, wow. That is nowhere near where I should be aiming. Come on. Alright, just make him move around a little bit. Now we got him. Ah, he counters that every time. So, just going back and forth. Nothing too crazy. But this should be the end of him. Now, let's look up. And let's start our journey to the top. Alright, so we should be good from either one of these. And now we can start the air flowing. Oh no, the spinner. Okay, either way, I was expecting this to spin. So that works out well for me. Let's keep our eye here. And now you just gotta sit and wait for a sec. So I might as well try to hit a couple of these. Not hitting them too late, that's okay. So where is our next shot? Is it here? Or do we want, yeah, that's gonna be here. Oh man, I can't believe that didn't hit. Okay, so we don't want to go backwards. We want to continue to go up. Let's see if I can hit this. Perfect. And like, you know, you can always drop down here if you need a little breather from just spinning non-stop. But we're getting pretty close to the top. So that is where we want to go. That's the end goal. So let's hit this. Perfect. And let's look for that switch. And now we're rotating again. And we are good. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Alright, let's get this open, and we are gonna take on the giant dragon that we've been seeing floating around and terrorizing this temple. Yeah, we need to get the boots out, the iron boots, to go with the claw shot. So there is a lot of claw shotting in this one, claw shotting. We're gonna have to be fast, we're gonna have to be agile, and we're gonna have to be on point with our shooting. So basically we're gonna have 4 kind of areas that we can claw shot up to, and you can see those right above me, and we need to at least at the beginning hit the tail and then pull the iron boots down. He is then gonna get more agile, and we're gonna have to go even higher up and claw shot his back as he's doing an attack. So let's get this started. So I'm just gonna skip that. You can watch that on your own time. But let's get up here. And let's get up to like a respectful height. He? There he is. So let's see if he's gonna come up to us. Perfect. You can see I even went like a little high. And boom. That's hit number 1. And that is some of the Ost armor. So now, take off those iron boots. Alright, let's get up. And let's keep climbing. So I think we got to do that probably only one more time. So let's wait for him. He's coming through. Let's see if we can go here. There we go. Pulled out the iron boots a little too early, but that worked out perfectly for us. So the first 2 hits going pretty smoothly. I'm liking this. But now you can see that his back is exposed. Let's see, this should be getting a little bit more interesting. Yep, take your time. As Link could just be, you know, swinging on his back at this point, but why bother? We want to give him an actual chance to fight back. Alright, so there goes the rest of the armor, and his speed attacks and stuff. Our agility is going to go up, and we're going to need to go higher. So, as you can see, like there was, yep, these floaters are going to pop up, and we're going to need to basically bait him into an attack, and then go hookshot our way behind him, and then attack that back. So we'll probably need to do this twice as well. But overall, you should be doing okay at this point. Let's get these off. And let's get up here. So you need to get all the way to the top. Not just about halfway or anything like that. Get all the way up there. So should be good about here. Come on, can you get up, not off to the side? Alright. Just pick a direction. And keep hookshotting. You need to get behind him. So at this pace, like, I'm going a little too slow. Come on. There we go. So now get your sword out and just start hacking and slashing. And we're probably going to have about 2 rounds of this. Whew. So overall, it wasn't too bad. Just, yeah, like I said, we baited him into the attack. And then we were able to get behind him. A little slow, but that's okay. Alright, let's get up top. Let's target correctly. Let's wait for him to start blowing some fire. I guess it... Ooh, I am very lucky there. Keeps on flipping which way I want to be going, but that's okay. Alright, he stopped his fire. He's keeping up with us. This is not what we want. So we want to wait right here. And now we got him doing his attack. And now we got an extra couple seconds to get behind him. So keep kind of flying around. And it looks like he's done with his attack. Now we can target. We got plenty of time to get that shot off. So keep hacking and slashing. Alright, we gotta go another round. Okay. So, work your way back up, as we have been doing. You can see he's kind of targeting in on me. And I'll probably even hook shot. No. Can you... Go. Wait for it. Wait for that attack. There we go. And now we're just doing Ring Around the Rosie. And hopefully this is the final attack. Thinking we gotta get around. Oop. Okay, so he stopped. Yeah, that was a bad move on my part. Okay, let's get back up there. I was not expecting him to just stop in the middle of his attack like that, where I couldn't rotate around and get behind him. Alright, let's see if this is close enough. Can you get up? Can you get up? Okay, so let's just flip completely where I'm looking. Come on, do your attack. And continue back around, and hopefully this time we've got it. Alright, so now he's doing the same thing. We had to flip around. He's trying to outsmart us, but I think we got this. Seemed to be a little bit slower than normal. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Alright, so now hack and slash. And hopefully this is it. That good over the head attack and swing. Let's see if he's about to go down here. But yeah, this looks like the end of him. But I've said that for the last couple of bosses, and they always turn around and got something hidden for me. But once we see that heart pop out, we are good. So we have now collected all of the mirrors for Midna. So we've pretty much done everything for her, and all we've gotten is some attitude back in return. Oh wow, that is crazy. I just had some crazy thunder and lightning at my place. My place just shook all over. Luckily, I did not lose power. Wow, that is insane. Alright, so we got the True Ruler, destroy the Mirror of Twilight. Zant and the Twilight Shards, that's proof of the false kingship. So we do have still a decent amount more to do, but we have completed all of the temples for now. So the Mirror Chamber is the next step. And for this, you know, there shouldn't be too much more. We still have some hearts to collect. You can see I still have 2 heart containers in full to go. Also, I've only kind of collected the pose that are around the temples, not around the world. So I'll probably go through and collect those as well before stopping in to see Ganon. Alright. So we don't really need anything else in here. So we're good to exit. And we'll just go back to Hyrule. Let's skip that. But that, guys, is the city in the sky. And also, as I kind of mentioned, all the references to Skyward Sword and stuff like that in there. Overall, pretty good level. In my opinion, a little bit too much on the claw shot for my liking. But I do like how the temple is built and all that. The enemies are pretty fun. I like that they added in a little bit more extra enemies compared to some of the normal, like, Ocarina of Time temples and some of the other Zelda ones. But let me get over to land here. And let's get started on that next video.